Hey everyone, so in the video we're going to be looking at the doubling and halving diamonds, and this is a really easy way of doubling or halving any number at all. So we're going to start off with a simple number, and we're going to start off with 136, but this method is going to make this very easy to double it. It's quite hard to do in our head, particularly because of this 6 doubling to 12. So the first thing we need to do with this number is partition it. We need to separate it into hundreds, tens, units. So in my class, what we like to do, we like to build bombs. So we get a box, we put in all the wires, we put on the dynamite, then we throw it at the number and we blow it up. And when we blow it up, we get 6, 30, and 100. And this is the first thing to be careful of, that you partition this correctly. This is not 1, 3, and 6, it's 100, 30, and 6. Once I've done that, I can just double each of those individual numbers. So if I double 100, I get 200. If I double 30, I get 60. If I double 6, I get 12. And then all I've got to do is pop them back together. So if I add 60, add 12, gives me 72. Add 100 gives me 272. Now that's quite a long way of doing it. There is a step we can cut out to make this a bit quicker. So I'm going to do another number here, 253. Now what I can do is skip out this partitioning step and just do it in my head. I know that this is 3, and if I double that, I can get 6. I know this is 50. If I double it, it's going to give me 100. I know this is 200. If I double it, it's going to give me 400. And when I pop those together, I get 506. Being careful in this number, the tens column is still there, but there's just nothing in there. So you can miss out this step, but if you find you're making mistakes, leave that step in for the beginning. So that's the doubling diamond. And the halving diamond works exactly the same. So I'm going to halve 364. Again, I'm going to partition it. I'm going to halve it. Now you can choose whether to do the long or short version. I'm going to do the short version here. So this is 4. I halve it. It's going to give me 2. This is 60. I halve it. It's going to give me 30. This is 300, I halve it, gives me 150. And then when I pop those together, I get 182. Now what you can do with this is use the doubling diamond to check your halving. We tend to find halving a lot more difficult than doubling. Now, if I double this number, what should happen is I should get back to the beginning, because doubling is the opposite to halving. So let's try it. I'm going to do 182. And I'm going to double it using the short way. So I'm going to partition it in my head and then double it. So double 2 is 4, double 80 is 160, and double 100 is 200. And then if I pop them together, I get 364. So I've got back to the beginning, so I know that my halving diamond was correct. Now this also works for decimal numbers and is exactly the same. So we're going to look at 12.6. I'm going to double this first of all. Now this is where you need to be very careful. Lots of children will put this as 6, but it's not. It's after the decimal point. So it's 0.6. And in this case, I'm going to use the long method because it's more difficult for decimals. So I want to make sure that my partitioning is correct. If you're struggling with this, what you could also do is label the columns at the top. So I've got my tens, my units, my tenths. My units is 2, which would double to 4. Skipped a step there. And my tens here. Now I'm going to double each step. Even teachers make mistakes. And I'm going to double 0.6, which would give me 1.2. Double 2 gives me 4. Double 10 gives me 20. And when I pop all those together, now this is a bit tricky, and I'm a bit worried that I'm going to get my decimals in the wrong place. So what I'm actually going to do is do a little column sum here. I'm going to do my columns. I'm going to put 20, 4, and 1.2. Okay, great. So it's 25.2. So that's how to use the doubling diamond. The halving diamond works exactly the same. I would advise you do this step, as it just makes sure that you've got these decimals correct. But that's how to use the doubling and halving diamond to double or half any number.